What's up, YouTube? This is Python Projects, and we are on Python Projects 3. And this is the HangMan terminal game that we'll be making. And like always, I got the colors ready here. I actually already set up the wrong answers prints and the winning game prints. For the wrong answers, the last body part will also be the losing game print. And we're going to start from here. So first, I'm going to build a function that actually calls one of these based on how many they have wrong so far. So I'll call this wrong answer. Give that an argument. That'll be the number that will be taken, so we know which number of answers they have wrong, or guesses, I should say. I'll call this WA, wrong answer. Now just add each function in here. I don't add the parentheses because if you do, it'll run all of them. Or if you call any of them, whichever one has parentheses will run by itself. All right. Okay, so based on this number from the argument or parameter, it will call whichever function that is. Do it just like that. I don't know. I guess I'll say that. That makes more sense. All right, so we'll put that. Now this will print every wrong answer, and actually we'll run this also. Do 0 first. See, that's just the head. Print the rest of them. It's almost the rest of them. You see here, these are all the levels of the hangman, I guess. Couldn't make the rope, so I skipped that part. You got the head and the body, head, body, and the arm, all the way until it's everything. Then they lost. So that would be getting called. Get that there. And next, I already made that. We'll be calling that when they win. This one, I guess, would make the play again function. Ask them if they want to play again. the function to run the game, I'm gonna call it game. So I'll also pass that as the argument, so I can use it as a callback to rerun the game, start over. Let's see. That's the question here. Alright, so this will be the question in the terminal they'll ask, and also let them know to press Y or N, or they can also type yes or no, whatever, because I'm just going to be checking for the letter. I'll do that here. So if Y is in, play again as a lowercase, of course. Then return game. And I also put like a little message here. And, if it's an N or no, then I'll print ending game. Return false, just to cut everything off. Else, actually, you know what? Make a variable here called patience. Put that as 0. Else, patience this equals 1. And I'll do something like add another one. Give him 4 tries. Then print this. Then we'll just end the game anyway. Cool. And here we'll have to make like patience global. Let it be known that it is. Let's see what this looks like. Let me go over here. Actually, yeah, I'll need that there also, but yeah, I'll need it just to do this really quick. Let's see how this runs. Oh yeah, sorry about that. play again. Then I'll just be playing. So you know, in the game, if I just return, didn't do anything else. Okay, so oh yeah, gotta call the function again, of course. Alright, so if I don't do anything, give me a few tries, and then end it by itself. That's because it's not programmed for anything else. Okay. Now after this, take this away. After this, I will be making, probably asking the user what kind of guess they want to make. Excuse me. Yeah, kind of asking the user what kind of guess they want to make, like either guessing a letter or a word. So, type of guess. And put that here. Type of guess. I'll say, are you guessing a word or a letter? Or a letter or a word? A letter is more common. All right, cool. And if it's a letter, then I'll return true. Or if it's a word, I'll return false. If it's anything else, I'll ask again. So apply that really quick. It's always easier to make the input the user sends back as lowercase when you're comparing. Put some indentation on that. Turn false. If it's anything else, start it over. Like always, let's see how this is. Are you guessing a letter or a word? just keep asking. All right. So let's actually put this in a print so I can make sure. Well, I know it's returning false and true, but I'm gonna still print that out. It's true, false. All right. Now, next, if it's true, it'll be a letter guess. So it's the next function I'll be making. And let's call it letter guess or LG. Say, what's the letter? Now, from this input, I want to make sure it's a letter and just one length long because, it's one letter. And then we'll move forward from there. And also want to check if they already guessed this letter right. We'll be checking the, I guess I'll be throwing that in here as well. I'll call it word spaces when I make it. And word spaces is just going to be a variable that has the same amount of spaces, the same number of amount of spaces as there is words in the hidden word that they have to guess. So that's going to be word spaces. Here, let's make sure this is a character or a valid character that we're looking for. So if it's a letter and the length of it is less than 2, or actually no, if it's equal to 1, then it's valid. And from here, if this letter is also in word spaces, because they might be blank spaces at first, but as a user guesses each letter right, if they're guessing letters, we'll be filling in each part of the blank space that the word belongs to. That letter in the word belongs to, and replacing that blank space with the letter. So if they guessed it already, it'll also be in there. So we can check for that. But it might be an array, so if it is, if not, then I'll come back and change this. I might have it as an array, the way I'm thinking of doing it. And I'll do it like this. Because filling in the blank spots will be easier if it's an array, or a list, I should say. So just in case it comes in as a list, I'll keep it like this, and I'll change it if not. If it's not already in there, to return their letter guess. But here. If it is in there, I'll just like have a message saying you already guessed that right or something. And then I'll actually just only have it do that because down here by default it'll just ask again. Let's see how this is. This is how I'll have word space actually looking. Like if, for example, if the word was like 5 characters long, then an underscore for every character in range of 5. But this would be instead like each character, like probably the name of the array. Let's see. Hopefully I did that right. That's the letter. I didn't even print that out. I'm gonna start that over. Yeah, so like that. So it's a letter, and then you just guess your letter, and then we're gonna have if it is correct, then we'll like keep showing this in a different kind of way, like this kind of way that I have right here. After we already fill it in, so we'll show it as a string after we already fill it in, and put the relevant letter that they guessed correctly. Clear that out. So all right, that's working. Guess the letter thingy. Am I printing anywhere else? Yeah, this. This is kind of more of an advanced way to loop through an array or a range of things. If you're gonna have like it return an array itself or a list, I keep saying array. It's called an array in JavaScript. But I can also do it the long way when we get to this part, which would be on this script page, just to show you the equivalent. But for now, I just wanted to speed through that, just to print out what I was trying to show you. So next, we got the letter guessing. We'll do the word guessing now. And of course, make the guess. What's the word? And here, since it's just a solid word, probably just gotta only check if it's just only letters and no white spaces. That's another thing that is alpha, this attribute for strings. That's another thing this does. Make sure make sure the string doesn't have any white space. It'll return false if it does. So WG is alpha. And maybe the length of it also is greater than 1. I'll just return the guess. So in another function, I'll call this function, we'll be doing the rest. So at any worst case inside this word guess function, we'll just be asking again. All right, so we're just asking the question, what's the word? If they're making a word guess, making sure that it is a word. If not, we'll ask again. And like always, someone can just Control C out of a game. I'm not going to do the patience thing with everything, just with the play again. Now we got that going, we got that. All right, and that's probably everything that I can think of for a HangMan game that we'll need. Well, based on interacting with the user. Like if they win, do you want to play again? Or you already won the game? Or if they lose, you lost. Or if they're getting things wrong, they can know where they're at with that. Asking what type of guess they want to make. If it's a letter guess, give us the letter. If it's a word guess, give us the word. So that's about it for the interaction. Next, we're going to start on the HangMan game itself and write that out by using these functions. And all this function calling another function thing just to keep the game going is basically just recursion. I'll drop a link with a huge description and more detail on that and more examples, but that's basically what recursion really is, just functions calling each other within each other. So next, on the next video, we're going to be finishing this by writing this out in the HangMan script. So I'll see you over there.